All right. What is up, everybody? It is Monday Halls live, and it is I, Carlos Collects Comics. I'm hanging out right now. So, hey, everybody. If you're watching this on the rewind, I'm Faithful Spider Girl. Good to see you hanging out in the chat with us. You are the first one here. So, hey, it is cool to have you with us, to have you hanging out with us tonight. Not sure if MT is going to make it on tonight, but I'm excited because I'm gonna be sharing the free comic book day stuff that I picked up this weekend, plus some other books. I think some of it I hadn't shared yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that right now. So I'm excited that we're here. Let me go ahead and run through the spiel real quick while we give it a second for people to show up in the chat here. Just for those who are tuning in on the replay, Monday Halls Live, that's what this is. It's 10 p.m. Mondays Central Time. Giveaway show happens on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Central, and that's co-hosted with myself and Paul. And then Friday features go live most Fridays. I've been taking a break for the past few weeks while I've been shooting and editing, getting some features ready, but I'm excited about some of those. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure and check out this 4-part video series that I've got right now for new comic book collectors. This is available on YouTube in its own playlist, Comic Collecting for Beginners. This was a lot of fun for me to make because I felt like it was a good way for me to give back to the community by just sharing stuff that I've learned, over the years as a collector, relatively new, because I haven't been back into collecting for 8 years now. It's been less than that. Maybe it's been about 4 or 5. So this was a really cool one for me to share because I wanted to make sure that new collectors get some good tips and a good way to start and get into the get into the hobby. So I'm hoping that this will help new collectors as they're getting started and they're doing their kind of figuring out how they're going to approach it. So that's what this series is. And so you can check it out on YouTube. It's there. But yeah, so those are just a couple of things that I've got going on. One more reminder real quick is that on whenever we break 850 subscribers, and I think we're like over 810 now, whenever we break 850 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this. This is Something is Killing the Children, number 15. It is a CGC 9.8 white pages. It's the Pastime Comics Virgin edition. It's signed, yellow label by David Sanchez. This book is no longer mine. I'm simply holding it for the lucky winner when we break 850 subscribers. So I'm looking forward to us doing that at some point over the next month or less. So that's a giveaway. Plus, as I did with the last milestone giveaway, this won't be the only thing that I give away. This is going to be just one of the books. It'll be the biggest book, but there will be some other cool, fun giveaways as well for that one. So I'm looking forward to us breaking that. Thanks so much for you guys being here, especially Spider Girl. Thanks for being here first. It's exciting to see you here tonight. I wasn't able to stay for as much of the auction last night as I wanted to. It's raising teenagers can be time consuming, but it is what it is. So it's good to be hanging out here with you tonight. I know MT has been pretty busy, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make it. However, I do have a stack of books to showcase. To find out, did any of you participate in Free Comic Book Day? Oh, yeah, there he is. So MT will be joining us in just a minute. But did any of you participate in Free Comic Book Day at your local comic shop? Free Comic Book Day is, hey, what's up, Jason D? Good to see you. Hey, what's up, Cat Fan? It's good to see you as well, sir. Glad that you guys are here. Just did the spiel and talked about the giveaway. Make sure that you're telling people to subscribe, because once we hit 850, we're doing another milestone giveaway show. So I participated. I went out. I didn't do a whole lot because I had some stuff going on to. I didn't get to do a lot of Free Comic Book Day stuff. I had I met up with my nephew, hadn't seen him in a while, and he's getting ready to graduate high school and just trying to figure things out. And so I wanted to grab some breakfast tacos with him on Saturday. And then also another young man that I've been working with. He also ended up connecting with him. So didn't get to spend as much time. I didn't go for the Rob Liefeld signing either. It was happening at my local comic shop. He was here and he was doing signatures, but I ended up deciding not to get the signature because I think he had just said $40 and up and hadn't given specific pricing. I had a copy of Youngblood #1 that I'd had signed by one of the other people that worked on it. And so I said, you know what, I'm just going to pick up some free comic book days, rifle through a couple of back issue bins, but the majority of my time was spent on family stuff on Saturday, and that's never a bad thing to do. So, hey, what's up, Randomist Key? Good to see you. Glad that you're here with us tonight. Yeah, okay, Jason D, I'm interested. Y'all drop in the chat if there's any books that you picked up this past Saturday for Free Comic Book Day. I'm just going to show you some of the ones that I picked out, and these are just ones that I don't know that there's much spec value in Free Comic Book Day books anymore, but these are more just like fun pickups and ones that I recommend. So I'm a big fan of Stranger Things, so I of course had to snag a copy of the Free Comic Book Day Stranger Things. They do have a current Kamchatka comic series that's going right now. I haven't been picking it up, haven't read it, but I did want to pick up the Free Comic Book Day. Actually, my big DC. What's up, Harm's Way, Chad? Good to see you, man. Glad to have you with us tonight. The DC, the League of Super Pets movie that's coming out could be one of the best DC films to be coming out. So I went ahead and grabbed a couple of copies of that because I'm actually really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I think it's going to be one that it's kind of a sleeper and people aren't expecting. It's going to generate some interest in those characters because there really are some cool DC super pets, and a lot of other comic publishers don't really have that going on. I picked up a couple of copies just because it was at two different stores that I went to of Marvel Voices #1, the Free Comic Book Day. Snagged a couple of those. No, I said one of the best. One of the best. It's not the best DC film by far, but it's one of, I think, the best. I put it up there like with Shazam. I enjoyed Shazam, the first one. I'm looking forward to the second one as well. Okay, Barbaric #1. I don't really know much about this one, but I'm looking forward to reading it at some point. Just had a really cool cover, and just I like the art style on it, so I wanted to pick that one up. And Free Comic Book Day is a great time to pick up some good reading material. That's why I took my nephew with me, and my son was I think he was homesick, and so I took yes, but I like Marvel. Well, no, you know what? I don't think Red Sonja is with Marvel anymore. So I picked up this Red Sonja, She Devil with a Sword from Dynamite, Free Comic Book Day. Barbaric is a great book. Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out. It looks cool. I picked up issue #1 of the Electric Black, but this is the Electric Black Zero, The Children of Cain. I didn't go straight into it, so I picked this one up. Nottingham was better than okay. I had to order my FBCD. Hey, there's a lot of online sellers that will throw out Free Comic Book Day books. If you order with them. I know. Hey, if y'all hit up the Comic Vault and place an order with them, I'm sure that they will throw some Free Comic Book Day books in for you for free. And your first order purchasing from them is free. So that's thecomicvault.com. Make sure and check it. They're a friend of the show. They've given us a bunch of giveaway books, so I always like to shout them out when possible. And I did get a bunch of these from them, and I'll show you a couple of the back issues I picked up. So this was really interesting. I only picked it up because it just looked like a cool read. 10 Ton Press presents 10 Ton Tales #2, the Free Comic Book Day edition. So looking forward to this one. Just flipping through it and seeing what it's like. It won't always be like this. A graphic memoir, Malaka Garib. Okay. When do I get to play Monday Halls? Well, dude, hit me up on Instagram and I'll have to have you on here. Oh yeah, that's if you guys are interested, if anybody's interested in being on Monday Halls and you're gonna have a stack a certain week, I want you to hit me up because while I'm on sabbatical, MT is going to be looking for some people to co be on the show with him because I won't be on the show for about 4 weeks. And MT is going to definitely be looking for, he's going to be flying solo. And so he'll be looking for some people to hang out with him online, just share what you got. All right. So this one I think was one of the big ones, Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day, the free comic book day version. Awesome. Good. I think it'll be fun. All right. So this is I think this was a kind of one of the big books that people were looking for. This was the big book that I was shocked by, or that I didn't know it was going to be on there, but I was incredibly excited that it was. And I don't know if it's from this year or from, I think it's from this year. So this was the Primos #1 free comic book day edition that has the Spanish language version included. So this is a different one than just the regular #1. So I did pick up 2 of these. Spider Girl. All right. Yeah. We'll have to hit me up. We'll let you know for my FOC for 35 cents a book. Yeah, because they cost 25 cents a piece. For those who don't know, the local comic shop does have to buy these. They have to pay for them, and it is 25 cents. I think it's 25 cents a piece that they pay, and they have to buy them in bundles of 10 or 12. So they're not free to the comic shop. So when you go into a comic shop and you see tons of stacks of free comic book day books, they paid for those. So make sure, and like I always try to buy something from my local comic shop on free comic book day because Primos, I'm a huge fan of this. If you haven't read this, this is you know what, I'm going to talk to a couple of my local comic shops. If you haven't read this, hit me up. Okay, we might have to do something and see if we can get you a copy of these free comic book day ones. But yeah, I wanted those for my personal collection for my Primos section. Also, I know somebody mentioned Nottingham. So this was, Nottingham. They did still have one so I picked up the Nottingham free comic book day edition. But I don't know what story this is yet. I haven't read it yet. So I am looking. Nottingham was a really cool concept. I read, I think, the first issue, and then it like shot up in price. And I said, I'm not going to hold on to this. So I'm going to sell it and I'll get something else that I really would like to have instead. So let me see here. Now I've got a few books that I'm not sure if I showed them already. I'm sure y'all will tell me if I did already show them. I feel like I might have shown these last week, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I got Avenger. Let's see. What about Spider-Gwen? I didn't pick it up. Let's see. Only 2 covers per person. I get that they need to pay for them, but man, I was so two is kind of limited. The biggest limit I had at the bigger store here in town was 5 comics per person. So like my nephew got a few for him, and I wanted him to take them and read them because I want him to read. I'm all about these young men and young women learning how to read and hey, look who's here. It's Captain America himself. What's up?
Hey, what's happening, guys? What's happening?
All right. Hey, I'm showing off the some of the pickups I had. I'll give you a minute to get your books together. Did you do free comic book day anywhere?
I didn't make it in time. Everybody seemed to shorten their hours for the COVID shutdown, and then never.
Oh yeah.
So they were closed at 6:00 on free comic book day, which seemed absurd. I missed it like 10 minutes, so I never made it.
Yeah.
Did you get it? I'm assuming you went, right?
Yeah. I went ahead and I just went some. I was doing some family time stuff, but I did make it to go by. I took my nephew and got some of and got him some books. But now I'm into the new book, some of the back issues I picked up. So I'm going to finish these off, and then I'm going to turn it over to MT and let him show off what he got. All right, so Avengers, I don't know if I shared this last time. I might have shared this last week because my stacks got mixed up here. Avengers Forever #1, #2, and #5. Did I share these last week? Y'all tell me if I
I think
shared.
you showed number 1 last week, and that was it.
Okay, that might have been what it was. Did I share Spider-Man 2099 Exodus?
I don't recall.
I don't
Doesn't
think
ring a bell.
so. I got Spider-Man 2099 X. I can't remember if it was this week or that. How bad is that? What up? I read comics. Good to see you. Oh man, Cat fan, that is wild. But that's good though. I'm glad that you got a bunch of the titles. Um, yeah, that's the cool thing is when they start accumulating free comic book day books and they give those out year after year, so you're actually getting multiple years worth and not just the new ones. So
Right.
it's always a cool thing. So Spider-Man 2099 Exodus, this cool homage cover, pick this up. This variant, this other variant, and then this was my favorite of all of them. Really like that one. I think this is Inhyuk Lee. I think, maybe, possibly. Not 100% sure. Then this Radiant Black homage cover, number 14. I think I did share this last week also. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think so.
Okay, then the
Are
Rock.
you reading Radiant Black?
I read up through, I think it was 9 or 10. I stopped, I took it off my pull list, so I didn't read like 11, 12, and 13 or Radiant Red or Supermassive or any of the spinoffs. But then I saw this homage, and so I went ahead and picked it up.
Okay.
I'm a fan of it, but I just had to cut down my
Uh,
pull list because I was spending too much on new books. And when I picked out, all those my goals for this year, my
sure.
goals, I said, I'm going to have to cut way back on the new books so I can get these bigger, collecting goal books. But I still pick up new books because there's stuff that comes out like the Rocketeer number 2 cover A. Had to pick it up because I love Rocketeer.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, such a fun character. Okay, so these are some of the back issues I picked up. Now, some of you know that I bought this book from Paul. It's Gambit number 1. It's the black cover. It is quite beat up, but I got it for $5, and I'm giving it as a gift to my pastor because when we were on a trip last summer. Yeah, in the fall, in October, he was like, he said, "Hey man, can you help me find?" Because he's '90s kid, so he's like, "Hey, can you help me find a comic book with Gambit on the cover?" And so
Okay.
I thought I'm going to go ahead and get him this one. So I've just
Yes.
been watching for it, and condition's not a big deal to him. I'll put it in a Mylar with a
Sure.
backer and throw it in a top loader and give it to him, and he'll just think it's cool just to have it. So this is for him. This is outgoing. It's a gift.
Fantastic comic.
Yeah, the ASM 1 covers were kind of out of control this like a week or so ago. All right, these are some other ones that I found at the LCS at the Comic Vault. They still had some copies of Nocterra, of early issues of Nocterra. I'm going to tell you in just a second, Harm's Way Chad. So Nocterra number 2, they still had it. They were doing a 50% off sale, so I got this for half of cover price. Nocterra number 2, Nocterra number 3, and then Nocterra number 8, because I sent this out as an I sent my other copy out as an AOK, so I needed one for my collection. And then last book, this is the one I'm most excited about. Comic Vault, like I said, was doing a 50% off sale, and I did. I saw this Punisher: An Eye for an Eye graphic novel. They had it priced at $10, but it was 50% off, so I got it for $5. It's by Carl Potts and Jim Lee. They're the team that did the early issues of Punisher War Journal, which is one of my favorite series.
Sure.
So I got this because I'm going to a convention where both of these guys, Carl Potts and Jim Lee, are going to be appearing. And I've been pulling books for my Jim Lee stack, and I'm going to have to winnow it down to books I want to get signed. But I'm definitely going to try to get Carl Potts to sign. You're going above and beyond for a cheap book as a gift. Good on you. The thing was, I've been keeping an eye out for one. and graded books are not really like he's not going to get it. He'll want to be able to flip through it. But yeah, it's okay. So Harm's Way Chat was asking, where do I get my top loaders? I've gotten them multiple places. I buy them on Amazon. Sometimes my LCS had them. I have an entire short box drawer full of top loaders back when I was putting every key in a top loader and I didn't know any better. Now I don't do that. I don't, if they're going to be on display, like this one, when they're going to be on a shelf or something, these I put in top loaders. This is the autographed Youngblood #1, by the way. But yeah, those are the ones I put in top. And so I just pick them up here and there. And sometimes I ship them out with certain books. Sometimes I don't. But yeah, so those are my books for this past week to week and a half. Let's see, who else? Carlos, do you pick up the older comics like Spiderman or Superman, Giant Book, or Batman Detective? Yes, I do have. I do have personal collection books for Batman and Detective Comics that go pretty far back to the Silver Age. I don't have a complete run by any stretch of the imagination, but I do have those books. This year, I am downsizing sections of my collection. Because I'm trying to get some bigger books. And so when I can downsize books in lots, like I've done on some of the affordable auction shows, that's a way for me to put together a little pile of cash and buy one of the bigger books that I want for this year. Because filler books you can always rebuy at a later date. And yeah, no, I love them too. I've got at some point we're going to do a throwback edition of Monday Halls Live and show off some older books that I've got. I was going to do a George Perez one to show off all my George Perez signed slabs, but taking them apart is a little bit harder with these Nerdstalgia cabinets. So hey, let me go ahead and send it back to MT and let him show off the stuff that he picked up. MT, I'm going to turn it over to you now, buddy.
Okay. Very good. I'll try and keep this brief. And so I'm working on getting totals and packing people up from this weekend. I can't remember who recommended this to me. I really love this cover. Pretty sure this is a variant of the Avengers Forever #4 on the front here. It's got Mantis on it. There was something supposed to be key about this book, and I honestly don't remember, but I like the cover. I like the art. So I don't buy very many new books, but if I do, it's usually because I like the art or Paul tells me there's going to be some magic spec coming out. So I did get one of these as part of a lot. So that's a new character in the Hulk.
Oh yeah. It's is it Titan? Is that his name? I feel like it's Titan. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably, it sounds right to me. It looks like A-Bomb, actually, like a roided out A-Bomb. Abomination became blue in the it was the McGinnis Hulk run. Red Hulk. It was kind of a cool series. So looking out a little bit further, I'm still picking up Thor books, especially with the new movie coming out, but looking out a little bit further because I like to try and buy ahead on a lot of stuff. Some of my more recent pickups here is I really loved the Annihilation wave and Annihilation Conquest when it first came out. And back when I didn't sell a single comic book for like 10, 12 years, right? So back when I was still buying and selling, I sold an entire set of Annihilation Wave and all the crossovers and everything. And so I kind of have been going back through and rebuying a lot of these. They had released some images of Star-Lord's going to be going back to his original costume from this series when he put together the first Guardians of the Galaxy team that you see in the movie. And in this particular set, he puts together the first iteration of the team which had Deathbird and Bug that didn't last very long. They only lasted a couple issues before they were kicked off the team, and then you got the team that looks more like it's in the movies. But very cool read, very cool book. So I picked up this. The other one that I'm kind of specking on long term, or that I'm interested in because I like the character, is Quasar, or Phyla Vell as Quasar. She takes over for Wendell Vaughn and gets the Nega Bands. And then she turns into Martyr later on. I think I showed that book here not too long ago. But I picked up a set of these. The artwork in this is great. And then to finish that off, I got a set. And you know, I regret selling all the sets of these I had years ago. So I had to buy a new set of the first Annihilation Wave, right? The artwork on this is stunning. The story is even better. I think they'd have a hard time getting this to be on the movie screen, but if you guys get a chance, pick up a trade paperback or even just watch a recap of Annihilation Wave. It kind of is the reset of the cosmic universe as far as Nova, Guardians of the Galaxy. The other two characters that were part of this, here's the Nova #1. Awesome book. Nova just like went from being kind of a goofy character to an absolute top tier hero in Annihilation. Ronin was part of this, had a Ronin mini series, which was pretty good. Super Skrull had a mini. Well worth the read. So that's kind of what I picked up this week. The only other thing I did pick up that kind of ties to Annihilation Wave and Thor together. Now, these kind of have been getting very pricey and hard to find, is the Beta Ray Bill Stormbreaker run. That in the God Hunter. But this goes through kind of a retelling of his origin with Alpha Ray. There was an Alpha Ray before there was a Beta Ray, if no one read the story. But this is like Beta Ray Bill's first solo title. And this is a new Herald of Galactus is another thing that I'm collecting, is all the different Heralds of Galactus. So this kind of falls into that. But this is when Thor died at the end of Ragnarok. So he wasn't around when this came out. This is after Rune King Thor disappeared. Really cool read. It ends with him and Spiderman on the streets of New York City with some homeless guy. It ends really weird, but the first part of the story is really good. So at any rate, that's what I've been reading. What's up, Spider Girl and Omar S. and Jason D. Good to see all you guys. Ways. Give you a quick shout out here. So that's kind of what I've been collecting this week. And I hope that everybody made it out to Free Comic Book Day and got some comics. I found out that they actually have to buy those free comic books to give you. They don't get them for free.
Yes, yeah, they have to. It's 25 cents a piece, and they have to buy them in bundles of, I think it's 10 or 12. I think is what it was.
Quasar's another one, ways. Yeah. I picked up the first appearance of Quasar is in a Hulk book. The first Phyla Vell is in Captain Marvel. I've got that. I got a slab of that up on the wall there. And Nova obviously had his own run. It was in his own self-titled. But I think the cosmic characters, hopefully, cross fingers, will have their own run in the MCU. And I hope they really, the CGI is there to do it. You know, the technology didn't exist before to quite do a lot of the cosmic stuff. But I hope we see a lot more cosmic entities. They're such cool characters: Living Tribunal, Eternity, Ego, Love, Hate, all the ones from the Infinity Gauntlet. If you want to see what all the cosmic entities is, I think it's Infinity Gauntlet #4. Shows them all. That's Perez book, right? Perez art, Infinity Gauntlet. So at any rate, that's all I've really pulled to show you guys tonight.
Very
So,
cool.
hey, what was the name of that? I lost. I wrote it down. I lost it. I really want to get that the Mayan book.
Oh, Primos.
Prio.
No, Primos. And then check it out. Yeah, they had a free comic book day version of it.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to try to work out I don't know. I think I'm going to try to work something out to get a stock of these from somebody here. Yeah, so they had both. So this includes the Spanish language edition.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the full issue for #1 for Free Comic Book Day. I picked up a couple from my personal collection, but I'm going to. I don't know. Some of the shops probably have stacks of them, and I'm going to see if I can work something out and maybe do like a bigger AOK for an anniversary edition or episode of one of the shows. Maybe like for the giveaway show or something like that. Like if I can't remember which one episode we're on. I don't know. Maybe
I'm equally enthusiastic about architecture and archaeology, and especially South American archaeology. So, like, I'm really big into that. I've got a trip planned, hopefully, to go down to Chichen Itza this year.
Oh, wow.
I've seen quite a few of the ruins throughout the Yucatan, but have not been to the big ones yet. So that really, people don't realize we've got some of the most impressive pyramids in the world right here on this hemisphere.
Yeah.
And the technology they had, London was nothing.
Yeah.
They had the largest city in the world, and some of the most phenomenal engineering. The springs still run to this day. Their drainage systems were so impressive. I could go on and on about it, but that's something that really interests me. Machu Picchu too. Yes, absolutely. That's kind of more of an expensive trip because of how high in elevation it is.
Yeah.
But they would engineer entire mountains in this terracing system, how they grew crops and kept freeze away with little water channels. But at any rate, we'll talk comics. Primos, I'm glad you told me. I'm really excited to try and pick that book up. High Adventures has a Mayan warrior on the cover. I don't know if you've ever read that Marvel comic book, High Adventures.
What's it called?
High Adventures. It has a Mayan warrior on the front cover. It is a really awesome painted cover. It's not a very expensive book. It's worth picking up.
I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I was excited. I didn't know that I hadn't done any reading on any of the Free Comic Book Day books that they were going to put out. So I was excited when I saw this one that they were giving it a push. And then there were some other cool ones that Nottingham. Nottingham's a really cool concept, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. And then they always have neat books. I know somebody else was in the chat was saying that Barbaric is really good.
Barbaric, okay.
Yeah, this one here.
Are they? Oh yeah, Michael sent me some of those. Are they still printing Nottingham, or is that done? I thought.
No, they're I think they're doing later printings, and then I think they're doing another run of it. But yeah, no, it started as a limited series. Like that's what they're doing with so many of these titles, is they plan out one story arc and then they kind of wait to see how it does. So sure. Primos was only slated for like a 4-issue run, and I think Nottingham was only for 5. But Nottingham was such a runaway hit that they went ahead and extended it. And then like for like this one, the Electric Black. So I think that was a limited series, but this one is a second run or a second storyline called The Children of Cain.
Okay.
And then just some of this. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any of them like this. Yeah, no, there's not. Yeah, so there are some cool ones. Yeah, this was one
Oh, we lost Carlos.
Well, time to come up. I think it's going to be a really good one.
Super Pets.
Yeah, that Super Pets book is going to be pretty. I mean, the movie is going to be, I think, better than we think it's going to be. So I'm looking forward to checking that out.
That's what The Rock and Kevin Hart, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think they're part of the voice cast.
Yeah, because they're best friends and they're pretty comedic when they get together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those guys are funny. Yeah. So for y'all who are asking, I think there is a new Strictly Comics over on the Strictly Comics channel. I think there is a new show launching tomorrow night called Team Up Tuesday, I think. So it's brand new, and they're going to try it out on Tuesday nights and see how it goes. So make sure and check that out. Support that if you can. And I know Sands also has, I think he still has a Tuesday night show, but I'm not sure if it's on his channel or if he does pop ups on other ones. I've kind of lost track of some of the different shows and nights. There's like a ton right now, so it's hard to keep up with all of them.
Did Strictly announce his con video? Isn't he doing a video showcasing his con, like he started a new channel?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't know about
I don't know what
that.
it is.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Hey, what's up, Classic Vigil? It's good to see you. Yeah, no, I want to see it. I want to see it. Let's see. Somebody's watching about. Okay, so Pass.1 interviewed the creator of Primos earlier today or yesterday. Yeah, no, that's a good interview.
Oh, okay.
Because Al Madrigal was on the Daily Show as a correspondent. He's a comedian, and then he was just in Morbius, I think, as like a detective or something. And so yeah, but I'm a fan of Primos. So hey, thank you to everybody who tuned in with us tonight. We're gonna go ahead and bring this one in for a landing. Big shout out to MT for hanging out with us. And hey, yeah, like I said, we're gonna have some episodes of Monday Halls live, but I'll be on sabbatical. So I'm looking forward to hearing about the fun times that are had by all for the episodes of Monday Halls live during that time. But make sure and let friends know about the channel so that we can get to that 850 subscriber mark and do these giveaways. Otherwise, we'll be on Wednesday night for the giveaway show, and we'll have some. Not sure what the subject is for Wednesday night, but y'all keep an eye out on the Instagram and on the channel. Also, remember the new segment on Wednesday nights, Survey Says, where we're going over the surveys from the past week. So if you guys have been taking the surveys over in the community tab of the Carlos Collects Comics channel, there's a lot of fun stuff over there as well. A bunch of what ifs that I came up with. If you were the DC Comics editor or Marvel editor, and picking out artists and writers and this and that and the other. So make sure you go over there and vote in those polls, because we'll be featuring those in a small segment on Wednesday nights. But otherwise, thanks so much, guys, for being with us. We are very glad that you were with us. MT, you have anything to say in closing?
Nope. Just thanks for coming in, guys, and yeah, keep buying comics, keep reading comics.
Awesome. All right. Hey, you guys take it easy. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye.